Turns out you don't actually need an expensive printmaking studio, heavy limestone, or toxic chemicals to do real lithography at home. You just need a roll of aluminum foil, some cheap cola, and some waxy crayons to make marks. Let's walk through how we set this up. The first thing we're going to want to do is put down our aluminum foil with the shiny side down. I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water here. That's going to make it stick to this glass. Handle it by the sides. You don't want to get your fingerprints on here because your fingerprints have oil in them and they'll imprint onto the plate. So we're just going to get this as smooth as we can. Looks like that. And then we're going to draw on it. So we've got our Stabilo, our Caran d'Ache Black Neo Color 2, and this China marker. They all do different things. I've been playing with this for about a day now, and the Stabilo is my favorite. So we're just going to start making some marks. Now, if you want to give yourself a little cushion, you can put down the paper towel here so you can press down and get a little bit more stability. You want something that's greasy. That's going to leave some marks. So I'm going to do that one. Let's do the Caran d'Ache next. This one makes some cool marks. So we're just trying to get some fun marks here. Let's try this is the China marker. You can also use Sharpie. You can use oil paint, which I might make another video about that because that's a little bit more complicated. You can also use your printmaking ink and do like a monotype kind of thing. That's probably enough. So I've just got a pan here, got our can of Diet Coke, and we're just going to pour this in over top of this. And this is the phosphoric acid, and there's also gum arabic in here that's going to basically etch this plate. You don't have to leave it on very long, like 10 or 15 seconds. It doesn't take long at all. It's pretty quick when it etches. It's really fast. You can see some of the material is coming up. That's totally normal. We're going to take it off anyway. So then we're going to grab it by the edge gently and spray it down with some water and put it back on our plate. Okay, back on the plate. Spray it down with some water. Smooth it out again, making sure not to touch it too much, which I think I did already over here. It's kind of hard when it's all wet. And some of these marks might not come off, and that's okay. You don't want to scrub too hard because you don't want to disturb the etch. So basically what we're doing is we're telling the aluminum foil that where there are black marks, we're going to love ink, right? And where there's not, we're going to resist the ink. So only ink will go on the places that we have etched. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You can kind of see it a little bit. You can see kind of the etch lines there. Okay, next step, we're going to ink this up. So we need a sponge and spray some water. We put the water on. That way the ink will not go onto the places where we have water. It will only go onto the places that we etch that are ink loving, as my art professor used to say. So I've got my printmaking ink. You have to use oil-based ink for this. I know that's kind of a pain, but it doesn't work because we're working on the principle of oil and water don't mix. So we need oil-based ink here. I'm using a Gamblin and Talio ink. Okay. For this, we want to make sure we don't press too hard. We just want to go over it lightly. And it's going to look a little funky to begin. Very lightly. You don't want to push very hard at all. We don't want to put a lot of pressure. Let's put some more water down. And we're just going to wipe this off with our sponge. And you can see my fingerprints have come up everywhere. And I don't know what this is. That's weird. I must have touched it. It's so delicate. I will say also that while we're inking up the plate, we want to make sure that we have a tray with our paper soaking. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So that it's ready to go when we get done inking up the plate. So I usually put that paper in right while I'm etching, because that'll give it about a good 10 minutes to kind of do its thing. Okay. Let's roll this up again. I'm going to put some more water down here. Oh, and that will happen. That's why we roll gently, not hard like I was just doing. You can see that we've already got some pretty good coverage here. Well, let me get my paper out. Okay, we're going to get our paper out and put it down onto this sheet of newsprint. We used a card here so that we didn't touch it because my fingers are covered in ink. We want it to be damp. We don't want it to be wet, if that makes sense. We don't want it dripping. I'm using the Aquapad watercolor paper today. I'm going to use a smooth side because I think it works pretty well. So now we're just going to grab this and put it down onto our surface. Just like that. Trying to be as neat as possible. Here we're going to put a piece of newsprint here down. I'm going to use this glass bowl that has ink on it. You can use your Baron, a wooden spoon. I just have found that this bowl works great. You could use a jar, anything that's going to give you like a nice even push. This bowl works quite well, I have found, for this. And it's so relaxing. Okay, let's see what we got. It doesn't take very long because we don't have the grooves like we do with the Tetra Pak prints. Okay, let's get our little guy out here again. Pull this up. Okay, there's our print. Very messy. I think I might ink another one. We'll speed it up and I'll show you the process again just so you can take a look at it. So I got another piece of foil and I put it down here. You can see I'm drawing back into it. I'm using a little bit of India ink here, which is another way to etch the plate. Put the soda down, and then I'm just going to clean off the plate. One thing you'll see me do here is I use a bit of vegetable oil to go over the places where the ink got kind of messy, and that kind of helped make a cleaner print. So I decided to do it one more time. And here I'm just adding in some oil and cleaning off the mess of the plate. So I've grabbed some tissue paper here, and since we already have our ink here that we're done using, I'm going to put the non-shiny side down. This is a technique that I saw from the lovely Ruth over at Ruth Printed Home, and I'll leave a link to her page. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to make some marks. I'm going to be gentle because it is tissue paper. It will rip, it will tear. But these are going to be really, I think, kind of cool collage papers that will go transparent and be really fun. We can use our stylus as well. Make some of our fun marks. Let's take a little bit of this stiff watercolor paper. Let's see what happens when we... Oh, see, I just ripped it. You gotta be really careful. Okay, that's probably enough here. So if you pull it up, Look at that fantastic collage paper you have. Let's do one more. I've got more ink here. I'm going to go ahead and... You have to go look at her channel. She does some amazing work. I got a blob of something there. She's the queen of printing at home. Like, everything that she does is amazing. Okay, let's try one more. Since we're not going to finish our piece today because everything needs to dry. And I'm finding that it takes about probably a couple of days for that to dry. So we'll come back to those next week. Our next video will be about how we finished up. Let's just use like something like the color shaper tool will do anything. Make some more of these types of marks. I sort of like the lines though. You guys know how I like lines. Don't think about this too much. This is the way to clean off your palette, like we would with the jelly plate, and just get some fun marks. Crazy. Look at that. That's good stuff right there. I love that. Okay, here are the 4 prints that we did today. This was the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. I think this one is my favorite, followed by these 2 down here. This one I didn't clean off the plate very well with the vegetable oil, so it kind of got a little wonky. But you can see how you can make some really unique marks, and it just looks different than if you just, like, using the printmaking just makes it look different. I think it's really going to be cool when we add some watercolor and maybe some collage to these. We could have done some machine collage. I haven't tried that yet with this printmaking style, but it could definitely work. I could see how it work. But yeah, I think cleaning the plate is key, although I kind of like some of these like wandering light grays that we got going on in here. I'm okay with that. As you know, I'm a messy person. So the messy marks don't bother me. Okay, so I think next week our video will be about taking these 3 and seeing what we can do with them as far as finishing them, and maybe we'll use some of our collage paper that we made today. I don't know. That might be too much black, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hit that like and hype button, and have a good day.